Oh man. We back again. 30-day challenge. I'm using the Groove Suite this go round for the 30-day content creator challenge. And yeah, man, got to do some explanations for y'all so y'all can understand what's going on. But we are here, so let's roll into the intro music. Let's go.
Podcast.
Yeah, the music and the views, the culture.
Groove Suite. Let's get into it.
And then don't forget all the lovely things we plan to do today.
Groove Sweet Podcast.
What's the word? What's the business? What's good, everybody? It's your man, Mr. Al Pete from the NPN Network, all the other good things and such. Thank you so much for hitting play. Yes, the Groove Suite has not popped up on your feed for a minute, but we are bike for Duval County, back for the world. Yes, sir. So listen, I got a lot of explanations to do in the midst of running an episode, okay? So please bear with me. We're going to make this short, sweet, kind of. Hopefully everybody is good. And hopefully all my people that's in Florida, in the Caribbeans as well. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We just came out of that Hurricane Ian action. So Jacksonville had like heavy rain, heavy winds, but everything is calm now. September 30th. We're rolling into October. And let's get that fall weather popping because I really want it. It felt good outside though. But I'm glad everybody is safe, the people who I talked to and all that great stuff. So without further ado, I'm in this challenge, and I did a challenge in February. It was Clear Vision's podcast, the one that I did. But I really want to use Groove Suite as the platform to run this challenge. One of the reasons why is because I feel like the challenge when I had the Clear Visions really put me up on game and really, had me up on I had to be on my own on a swivel and just make sure things was in order. And it strengthened me more as a content creator to be available at any given time, to have any given content and have it at a specific time, date, and all that stuff. And there's a streamline action that happens too, that's behind the scenes that I really love, that I wanted to incorporate to my admin side of things. And I have, and it's been a very big help. And number two, I love the Groove Suite, y'all. Like, spoiler alert, out of all the things that I do when it comes to the NPN network, when it comes to music, when it comes to podcasting, all that stuff, the Groove Suite is like my baby. How it was formed, just the content behind it, the color aspects of it. I always associate the Groove Suite with fall time. I feel like it's the most strongest in fall because of just the vibes of it, the music, all that good stuff. And I really want to get Groove Suite like up and going consistently. And I do have help. Shouts out to Christina Curates. But I do want to just have more of that content flowing, talking about just the good stuff, the good vibes, the music. Our niche is neo soul, and a little form of R&B, but we do extend it a little bit because we want to bring a little more people in, and just let them know that any type of music, whether you feel like it's a groove or not, to the atmosphere and to the community, bring it on in and share it. You know what I'm saying? Because the groove, it don't matter. Essentially, it doesn't matter what song it is. If it's a groove to you, you feel like it pours into like somebody's life, whether they just love the music and they're tastemakers, or really it's going to help them go through life, then that's what I really aspire to do. But specifically, we focus on that neo soul, but we dabble into the funk, the hip hop, all that stuff. So hopefully that explains to people what the Groove Suite is. And it's a lot of other content that you can check out. You can get to catch the vibes and all that stuff. Christina Curates does the Friday Finds on her Instagram. She has the mixes on Fridays. And we have the groups that we kind of interact in, but I just want to make it a little bit stronger. And I feel like the challenge is going to help that. So let me explain what goes on in this challenge. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen. All right. So the rundown. So what we're doing. Each day, which would be 31 days of content, of podcast shows, I'm going to be talking about a song. Majority of those days will be just me talking about a song. I pick a song and I talk about So here are the factors. The main things we're going to talk about, like a fun fact about the song, thoughts on the song in general. Why do I like it? Special memories behind it. The history of the song. When I talk about like the producers, the day it was released, all that stuff, and then we'll get more and more into it if we feel like it. But it'll be like the climate of the music industry and where the world was at when it came out. What fashions was out at the time of the song, geographic aspects of the song. So those are the more dive in conversations that we'll have. And with that, I'm going to be having a couple of people that show up on some of these episodes. So I have a good list of people that I'll be interviewing, and we'll be talking about a song that they recommend, or I'll recommend the song. But majority of the people that said they'll do it, they wanted to submit a song. So what we're going to do is just have a quick conversation about it. Well, I want to say quick, a very intellectual, educational, informative conversation about it, entertaining as well, about the song, and just kind of reminisce on it, and just kind of get everybody in that groove on that. And so that's the premise of the Groove Suite podcast for the 30-day challenge. So I might be playing a new song, an old song, something that I grew up on in high school. You'll hear some curators and creators talk about their favorite songs. So I really want everybody to really embrace this journey that we're going on. So yeah. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm very excited about it. Some of them will be video, but majority will be, of course, audio. And yeah, so that's the show. That's how the show is going to roll. So all right, so let's get into song 1 of day 1. Here we go.
Groove Suite podcast.
All right, day 1, song 1. Drum roll? Nah. We need the cassette tape. Let's put the cassette tape sound in here. Dramatic, right? So, day 1 song is Rosa Parks by Outkast. Yes. Of course I had to start off with Outkast, all right? Don't ask me why, because y'all know why. Outkast is like my favorite group of all times. All times. So today we're going to go into Rosa Parks. And yesterday they had an anniversary. The album came out September 29th of 1998. So if you do your homework or do your math stuff, you know what year it is. I'm not going to do all that. No, actually, I could do all that. I want to say it's 24 years, being the fact that, it's 24 years. 24 years yesterday that it came out. But nevertheless, the album is so great. So great. So, let me see, fun fact. So the fun fact that I thought was pretty dope was the fact that on the harmonica part, when they did the breakdown, which is the infamous breakdown, one of the infamous breakdowns, bridges when it comes to hip hop. We don't necessarily have bridges in hip hop music, but the fact that it was a bridge in this made it more defining. So the harmonica part is played by Pastor Robert Hodo, and I'm hope I'm saying that correctly because he passed away. But this is Andre 3000's stepfather, and I remember when somebody told me that, and I was like, "Nah, get out of here, man! How can like?" You can merge your family into like hip hop music. I thought that was pretty dope. So that's like my main fun fact about this song. I have a lot of other fun facts, but I won't bore you too much on it. But I think that's just remarkable. I remember in '98 I was at Savannah State. Now, another fun fact about this: it came out in a sea of other albums. Black Star album came out. Most Def and Talib Kweli's debut album, Black Star. That came out. Jay-Z Volume 2, Hard Knock Life came out as well. And then A Tribe Called Quest, The Love Movement came out. So on that day, 4 albums came out. Well, technically 5 because Brand Nubian album came out. Foundation, that's the name of the album. So you have 5 albums coming out. And Outkast, Aquemini is one of them. And I'm in Savannah State, which is Savannah, Georgia. So I'm in Georgia, which means Georgia is already lit. Like this is the 3rd album from Outkast. This is like, all right, so we had Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, and then we had ATLiens. Now we got Aquemini. And it's like, I remember reading the title Aquemini and being like, Jesus Christ, I know exactly what they was doing when they did this, right? When you look, and I'll explain the cover too, but the fact that this is their third album came out, I remember I saw Outkast twice before this album even came out at Savannah State. And I was already an Outkast fan, when I was in Florida. Like, A Tribe Called Quest was like my favorite group. But then when Outkast came out, I was like, let me slide. So I don't know. I just related to him a lot more. It was, I call it tribal music. So I have a list that I'm going to put out at some point of the Negro anthems. And Rosa Parks is definitely the Negro anthem that's on that list. Now, if it's top 3 or whatever, I feel like it's on top 3 nationally. But when I was having conversations about it, they broke it down and said, okay, do we talk about regional, or are we talking about state and all this other stuff? So I think that's a fair thing to do. And I'm trust me, Groove Suite will be the playground for that. And I want to have a lot of people in participation for this. It's gonna be dope. But it's one of those tribal songs, but it has that Negro spiritual to it, and it just got some real dope funk into it, on top of just like Andre 3000 and Big Boy just flaring off like the dopest lines ever.
Many a day has passed, the night has gone by, but still I find the time to put that bump off in your eye. I met a gypsy and she hit me to some life game to stimulate and activate the left and right brain.
So you get this gumbo of music in this time period. It's like, and I'm in Georgia now. In Florida, it was cool. I'm sure it was pretty. It was, crunk, as they would say. That was like the saying back then, getting crunk, before Lil Jon was really saying it. So I don't know if I would have enjoyed it. I probably would have enjoyed it because I had to enjoy a lot of hip hop that wasn't played in Florida. So I enjoyed it from my standpoint, but I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it extremely a lot because I was around a bunch of Georgia people, and a lot of people that went to Savannah State. Majority of them came from Atlanta. So you had Atlanta, you had Macon, you had Warner Robins, you had Augusta, you had Rome. All them cities, people was coming to Savannah to go to school at, and it was black people that was going to school. So it was a lot of peaches walking around there, and so I enjoyed it from that aspect alone. And I was just like, and like I said again, I listened to Southern Playalistic and ATLiens in Florida, but when this came out, I was dead in the middle of Savannah, like Savannah State University, and listening to it with a bunch of other Georgia people. So my experience of it was like crazy. So thoughts on the song in general, why I like it. I explained all why I liked it or whatever. Special memories, I explained that when I was at Savannah State. This was like my second year? Yeah, my second year at Savannah State when this came out or whatnot. I will say, and this is the thing that I said, ATLiens is like my favorite Outkast album, but Aquemini is like my life album. When you think about life albums, you got to think about like all this. Like, I just remember what I was going through at that time, and it was songs like Liberation. It was songs like, West Savannah. West Savannah. I'm in Savannah, Georgia, listening to this, and West Savannah, like the connection, like all that he's talking about in this song. You just swerving. I rode those same streets and seen these things, and it was just fascinating to me to see that. Like, I guess I'm just this articulate person, but I'm 18, 19 years old at the time. I had just had a kid, trying to figure out life while in school. Baby mama barking from Jacksonville up to Savannah, like da, da, da. And so it's like it was like all these connections coming to it. So that's why it's my life album. So you listening to West Savannah, you listening to all them streets that Big Boy is like naming and all that kind of stuff. Oh man, the Spodio Dopalicious. My favorite Big Boy verse on here is Chunkified. His verse on there. It was just so like this whole album was embodied in a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of stuff that was said. It was so vivid, like you could just close your eyes and really like imagine a lot of the stuff that you can see the stuff that it was saying. Like one of my favorite lines that comes to my head right now when he said on Return of the G. He said kind of like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, strictly for them catty lovers, and never the nut hugging punk mother. Like, it would just, so you thinking about Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, how they roll so tight or whatever, and just the chemistry that they had he was mentioning that, and how he is with Andre. So it's just those type of things that really held on. And speaking of held on, the beginning track, Hold On, Be Strong, just the melodic, airy aspect of it that made you float around like, wow, what's about to happen, and then it's like real buzz coming at then that Return to G, and it just flows and flows and flows and flows, and this album is just great. It is great, and he had an artist storytelling, so it's just a lot of like, Rosa Parks was definitely like that song that set that album off correctly. It was just like, okay, you think about the video. I get into the video part, but we can get to it now. But like the video part, crazy. Like, this dude was in the middle of a skating rink with women dancing around him with a crown, sitting on a king chair, standing on it and rapping on it. And then you got Andre 3000 like walking down the street with like this, with the baseball thing with this on his it's like walking around, like with some like hockey shoes on, look like, with no shirt on, and then his stepdad come in and play the harmonica with a live band and all that stuff, and then they meet in this one spot, and it was just like wow, okay, Outkast is like here, even though I felt like Outkast was here when they did the second album, but like this album Aquemini was so like critically acclaimed, it was so praised, and Rosa Parks was that song or whatnot, and so I gave you like the history of the song, the date of release, and all that stuff. The producers, so Outkast, they did majority of the songs on the album, but let me get my credit straight. I'm looking. So credits. Shouts out to Tidal, because Tidal has like the most official ones. I try to be like very correct on it. So let's see. Producer, Outkast produced this one. I don't know, Mr. DJ did some as well, but Outkast did did like the whole production on this thing. It's crazy, right? Crazy. So the lyricist, of course, Preston Crump is like, shout out to my man Willie Daniels. He was at SCAD when I met him. He's an Outkast fanatic too. He's from Decatur, so we made a lot of like my previous music. We made a lot of my previous music together. But like, he always told me about Preston Crump, and I need to do a dig into that Preston Crump feel, because he played a lot of stuff for Outkast. I want to say for Dungeon Family. So, and you got to think about it too, like that Dungeon Family aspect of it that surrounds it, the Goody Mob, you had Goody Mob featuring on it. You had Erykah Badu on it, the dynamic of that, and George Clinton, and then you had Raekwon, like, which was great because you had the South North aspect of it. So it's just all this beautiful stuff that's bundled in one. And so we talking about the geographic aspects of that, and the climate of the music. Like, I'm gonna have to bring somebody back on here so we can kind of talk back and forth about the climate of the music. I'm sure I'm gonna pick another song from Aquemini. And then I want to talk about the geographic aspect of it too, and even the fashion. Like, Big Boy made it cool to wear them jerseys. I ain't never seen anybody wear no baseball, hockey jerseys like the way he was wearing them. So I mean, that style. I mean, Andre was wearing like white wigs and stuff like that, which was crazy too. So I'm gonna have to bring somebody back to talk about like the Outkast aspect of it. And I do feel like Outkast is going to be like the heaviest thing that I talk about on these shows. I won't do all the songs, but it'll be 4 or 5 other songs that we talk about.
Roof Sweet podcast. Cast.
All right, so that's the wrap up of it. So y'all saw how that flowed. That's how it's really gonna flow. I just really wanted to like be general conversation and all that good stuff, but it's just gonna be a quick like boom, boom, boom. Talk about the song what puts me in the mind of it. I need to put on my list like a lyric that stands out, and we can speak on it or whatnot. But I know that's going to come up at some point. But that is the rundown, and that is the end of day 1. Listen, we're going to be rocking out with these shows every day in October. I'm going to be providing y'all with that. Y'all can go listen at C, the letter C, the number 4, challenge.com. So shouts out to my content creators of colors and the good folks over there and all the good stuff. They were talking about doing a sponsorship, but they'll give me that information later. But for now, we got to get this show rolling. So C4Challenge.com to check out this Groove Suite. After it airs on that particular day, the next day I'll be putting it on my website and putting it on my socials. So y'all will be getting updates. So make sure you subscribe to all that stuff. Subscribe to the C4 Challenge, people. You can listen on their website and you can listen to it on Groove Suite the day after. So, but anyway, make sure y'all follow the Groove Suite on Instagram and Twitter, GROOVESUITE. Make sure you follow MPN Management on Instagram and Twitter, and follow me on Mr. Al Pete, all that good stuff. On Twitter is Mr. Al Pete MPN, and I'm still mad about that Mr. Al Pete. Well, whatever. Instagram and Twitter though is Mr. Al Pete. So love y'all so much. Be good, be safe, and all that stuff, man. See y'all on day 2. The Groove Suite podcast has been brought to you by Mr. Penis's Neighborhood and the Groove Suite. Make sure you stay in tune with us on our socials, on Instagram and Twitter at The Groove Suite, and on Facebook, The Groove Suite Podcast. If you want to email us some music, tell us that you like us, email us at groovesweetjacks@gmail.com. New things, new vibe, new soul, all that. Thank you to everybody who supports us, rock with us, and vibe with us. The Groove Suite. Real quick, while the tunes are going out, man, I really want to give a shout out to my Savannah State University friends. I met them in 1997 when I got there, and I've been friends with them ever since. I see them across the internets or whatnot, and I talk to some of them, see them to this day. So if I forget your name, please forgive me, but shouts out to Kilo, to X, to Ants and Dog, Phil, Trina, what's up, love? Still, what's happening? Ryan, Chauncey, Kima, oh man, there's so many of y'all, and I but those are just a few people, but hopefully you're listening to this, man, and I truly appreciate our friendships, and it's good to see everybody doing great out there, so love y'all.